All right, what's going on, guys? Another day in paradise. It's been a minute since I did a live stream. It's been a few days, but here I am. I'm back. So let me go over some current events, as you guys kind of seen on my community wall. Just gonna kind of go over it again. Shout out to Julian Lane. Julian Lane, he won his world title in bare knuckle fighting yesterday. Long career, UFC, MMA, and he's doing the bare knuckle. He's been doing the bare knuckle for a minute, for several years, but he's switched off between different combat sports, MMA in between, and bare knuckle and stuff like that. I'm happy for him to win his title. I've been cheering for him pretty much since I found out he's mulatto identified. I'm like, okay, this is the guy. Gotta root for this guy, stand behind this guy, promote this guy. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy we got representation. That's the whole thing. And one of the main reasons why I hop up on here and produce this content, spend the time to edit videos, put material out there, is we need representation. So when we have people out here that are doing better things than me, they're more productive than me, and they identify as mulatto, as us, it's my job. The least I can do is give them a shout out and give them promotion, etc. Right? So I'm very thankful for people like this, and it's definitely inspirational. So shout out to him for winning his title, for grinding, working hard in the gym, and getting it done. And of course, shout out to Patrick. I definitely appreciate Patrick's unapologetic posture and stance in having the difficult conversations, plural, that most are too scared to have. Of course. So Patrick definitely, holds it down, and I respect him for that. And he shared something the other day, about a day ago, a video clip. Says, check this out and share it, as I shared it. More you guys need to share it, okay? You little scaredy cats, because I got a lot of scaredy cats who follow me, and they don't want to share it. They still think this is a game, but shout out to Patrick. Yeah, he put here, they're getting worse. These black xenomorphs are getting worse when it comes to trying to harm mixed and biracial mulatto young men. Train, he has like a gi here, karate emoji. Yeah, train martial arts, train jiu-jitsu. And I obviously posted this, shared it, and I put train MMA because these Cenobites are on the attack. And I tagged a guy, another dude. I found his channel through Light Skin History's channel. This is Pariah Disciple. And yeah, because I saw a video this guy did a couple days ago talking about how, mulatto dudes, need to train and all this stuff. And I get it. Yeah, I've been saying that day one. And I'm not the only one. You guys have said it. Patrick and this other gentleman has said it, but there's other guys who said it as well. Train. Make sure you get your firearms. Make sure you're on point. Train, compete, train. Because yeah, these people out here are going to test you. And it's like they're very bold now. They act just like racist Klansmen. Because it's funny, like the Bantu will always complain about white supremacy, the race soldier. They're attacking me for my race. But yet the Bantu turns around and does the same thing. But nobody else is going to tolerate them. The only people they test you. You're the target. They test you. They test the light-skinned mulatto man. Right? So, and let me play this clip here for you guys. Provide some context.
Imagine being able to build anything.
Is this some business advertisement? Here we go.
Restaurant worker. The man bit that worker 6 times. You can see some of the wounds there. Reg Chapman spoke to that.
Fair use as always. And he bit the guy. Crazy. Because the guy he tried to fight, this mulatto presenting man, clearly mixed race. I don't know his exact configuration, but for all intents and purposes, you'll see his face, right? You can see his curly hair. He's a mixed race guy. And is a dark-skinned Bantu guy who called him out, called him a suburban boy, whatever. But look at the wound here. He bit him. He's getting his ass handed to him. because this guy trains jiu-jitsu and was, taking them down, dumping them. We call it dumping, dropping them on their head, doing takedowns. And then the Bantu, defenseless, weak creature, decided to bite the guy. That's his only, like a woman is. That was the only attack he could go for.
See some of the wounds there. Reg Chapman spoke to that teenager in downtown Minneapolis for a story you'll see only on WCCO.
Only you'll see on WCCO. No, we're talking about over here in the Mulatto Vanguard Network. We're talking about it here as well. We're covering it here. You can clearly tell by the guy's phenotype is curls, though those are not traditional Aryan, Anglo-Saxon genetic markers. And those are not Bantu genetic markers either. That is a quintessential mulatto genetic marker. Looking at his curly hair texture, that is a mulatto feature. It's not an AA African American Bantu feature. It's not an Aryan Anglo feature. No. Don't let these people fool you and trick you. That is a specific genetic marker, which is the fusion of European African. Debate me, please. Let me know. Email me, hit me up. I'll drop the link and I will conquer your ass on this. Okay, let's continue.
Girls in the chicken Vietnamese salad.
19-year-old Jazariah Sheldon has worked at the Lotus since he was 16.
Every day I work here, I don't really think of it as like a job. I've known the family since I was like 13.
What he never expected was to be attacked while taking out the garbage. Video from a store nearby shows the confrontation.
You can tell the guy just sitting there, typical, just hanging out, looking stupid. Whenever I'm in a position, I see them anywhere, I'm in public, I just go the other way, walk around. I already know what it is. Ain't about shit. Just looking for light-skinned women, looking for white girls, looking for non-black women, hating on mulatto men. If they're not paying me or dancing, singing, I just get the hell away. But this guy, that's his job. He's in his place of employment, working there. And then the Bantus, tried to test him, called him a suburban boy. And they tried to check him, like, what are you doing there? And he's not a bitch. He's not a punk. He's working there doing his job. He had to check him. The Bantu ran up, and then he dumped him. And then the Bantu had to bite him, The Bantu can't fight. You light skins are weak and soft, but when they get punked by the light skin, see, they can't take it. They can't take it, right? Then they'll make all the excuses in the world. The whole point is, train self-defense, but get away from them. Create your own spaces, get away from it. You don't have to like me, but man, just put the work in. Create a YouTube channel, create social media, go start doing some live streams, upload your videos, create your own space, have your rules. That's it. You're going to attract the following. You're going to attract people you want around your spot. Don't put yourself all out here to be a victim to these savages. And I think a lot of the men are coming to that realization. They see already what time it is. This whole Kendrick Lamar effect, where they're openly trying to test you. And, this is the Kendrick Lamar effect, we call it. Where the dark-skinned Bantu with his biracial baby mama, he hates the mulatto man, but he's competing with you for the biracial females and other non, black females, etc. Right?
Yeah. When I walked past him for the first time, he said something along the lines of, "What are you doing here, suburb boy?"
Jazariah.
He called him, "What are you doing here, suburb boy?" You guys see that envy and jealousy right off the bat? He called him a suburb boy, a suburban boy. Like, how is that a diss? Like, nobody from the suburbs would trade their circumstance to be raised in a toxic environment like a lot of you savages. You're just sitting there listening to me. You know your place. You're there listening. You're seething, like, your spot. You know your place over there. But who the hell would trade positions with you? That's the funny part. They act like it's a flex. You're a suburban boy. What are you doing here? Right? I'm making money. That's the only reason why I'm around you people. That's what that guy's doing. He's there working. That's his job. But I guess that's the guy, this other guy, the Bantu, that's his hood, right? It's funny. In the hood, his hood, supposedly, all the businesses around there, none of them are black. They're owned by everybody else, Asian, Korean, Vietnamese, Chinese, East Indian, you name it, man. And all the businesses around, the corporations, everything. They're not black owned. You might got a couple black owned sprinkled here and there. It's what, Minnesota? I'd love to pull up those stats and see how much the blacks own out there. In Minnesota, I mean, the Africans are basically taking your shit. They're taking your lunch and eating it. The Somalians, Eritreans out there, Minnesota, they're running your politics now. You got out there, you got this mayor of what is it, Minneapolis, I believe, the city, Somali mayor. You got Somali state representative Ilham Omar. So the Somalians, they got clicked up enough that we're taking in politics over there in Minnesota. So I know for a damn fact, a lot of the businesses Somalians get into is the I lost the term, the word for it is the funeral home type of business, right? Of course, they have other businesses, but I know for a fact that a lot of them are involved in those type of. They have specific sectors that they network in, and they kind of corner the market in, like every other group, every other tribe. They have specific markets, niches. They corner the market and dominate. Something Bantus they haven't, North American Bantus haven't figured out, because the Somalians are not Bantu, different tribe, and that's, you can clearly see it. Let's continue on.
It says there were several people standing by watching as a man continued to verbally attack him.
There was a lady watching. She watched everything happen. And he looks at
And look at the savage. Look, the woman, he said that the mixed guy said there's a lady who was watching. And you look at the image here. This is the security camera. The date here is 7/29. So that was a few days ago. This is right off the press, right? This is a couple days ago. This is new stuff. And the lady here is a black lady. I can tell by looking at security camera. She has a baby in her arm. Now, she's just a bystander. She, like the mixed guy said, she saw the whole thing. But this arrogant, savage Bantu didn't even care that there's a baby present. There's a lady, a woman, and a baby. He doesn't care about his own community. He just wants to get light-skinned women and non-black women. That's all he cares about. And he'll sell his soul to Satan. He'll sell drugs. He'll do whatever he needs to do to try to get the light-skinned female. And his main enemy, his target, he's going to try to fight the mixed man and compete with the mixed man to get access to those females. But he doesn't give a damn about his own community. Look at this woman here, has a baby in her hands. He doesn't care. It's oblivious to the fact. And he sees this light-skinned, curly-haired mixed guy, and who's just on the job. He's working, doing his business, and he wants to try to challenge him and run up on him. And then he gets fucking dunked on his tiny, scald brain. And then he has to resort to biting the guy because he can't win. He doesn't train jiu-jitsu. He doesn't know jiu-jitsu. His best bet, like a lot of the savages, they'll have a weapon or something on him. That's why I say is just stay away. But if he's not armed, you better start training, guys. You better know how to throw some hands, throw some kicks. You better know how to grapple. You better know some jiu-jitsu. Okay, all that basketball and all the other gay shit, your football and your basketball. I know a lot of you fools, you talk about all the gay shit. Okay, football, basketball, soccer, whatever. When it comes down to this, you're in the motherfucking parking lot. Yeah, you better know how to stand your ground. And shout out to this cat because he's been in the dojo. He's been on the mats. He's been sweating. He's been training. Just like my man, Julian Lane, who just won his championship. Yeah, you got guys out here who are taking shit seriously. We're not out there doing the gay shit, talking about Steph Curry, LeBron throwing a ball through a hoop. Okay, with the other Bantus. We're not, no. You got guys out here who are taking shit seriously. We're training. We're getting ready for combat. Because when you're in the parking lot, like this man right here, this is when it matters. Knowing how to throw a ball through a hoop and which team is winning, the Lakers or Celtics, that's not going to help you in the parking lot. All right? So pay close attention.
the lady, and he goes, "Watch what I'm about to do to this B word." And then that's when.
So the guy looked at the lady here, the black lady, and wanted to kind of show off in front of her. Like, look what I'm about to do to this B. See that, guys? See that? All you black identified biracials, you see that? Interesting. You're not going to report on this. Of course not. Of course not. Black identified biracials who want to cry about my tone. You're not going to report on this. Of course not. You don't have the courage to. Of course not. I got to be the bad guy. Yeah.
He starts pushing me up against the window, and then that's when it turned into self-defense.
Jazaria studies Jiu Jitsu. He used those skills and what he learned as a high school wrestler to fight back.
Every time I would pick him up and have him in the air, he was what, like 6'2"? So he has a lot of room. He would latch onto my
Yep. So he's taller than him. He looked at him. Oh, you light skinned, you shorter than me, you weaker, right? But he clearly, this dude, he said he picked him up. He has his wrestling background, grappling, jiu-jitsu. Doesn't matter. He still picked him up and dumped him. And the dude had to just bite him. He had no defense. He didn't know how to fight. He didn't know how to fight. He thought just because he was a dark-skinned Bantu that he was going to win or going to intimidate somebody or something, like a Kwame Brown type of character. You have guys like that because they tower over fools. I remember in high school, I checked some Bantu like that. And I even saw some Mexicans, short Mexicans. So they stepped up and checked this Bantu. It's the same shit. They're so tough, but when you run up in front of them, yeah, and they don't have that backup support, then they melt like butter.
shoulder while I was taking him down. And every time I had him on the ground, he would bite my chest.
Bystanders pulled.
Every time he had him on the ground, he'd bite. Yeah, so he was on top. Yeah, mounted him. He would take him down, mount him, and then the guy would bite him. Yeah, yeah. Very sissy move. Yeah.
Jazarius off the attacker, and when he tried to walk away, he kept coming for him. He was bitten 6 times on his shoulder, his back, and his arm.
He got his whole mouth on there.
Got his whole mouth on there, yeah.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the guy, bit off more than he can chew, so.
Lotus co-owner Yum Nguyen says his family has seen the neighborhood change since they opened in 1984.
I think safety is a huge issue here in Minneapolis.
Safety is a huge issue. Now, Nguyen, his last name's Nguyen, co-owner, Lotus. Like I said, didn't I say this earlier? The Bantu thinks he owns shit. What you doing here, suburban boy? Who owns the business? Nguyen, his last name. This is a Vietnamese man. The most common Vietnamese surname, Nguyen. This is a Vietnamese, this is an Asian man. East Asian. Didn't I tell you guys the Bantu runs around like, what you doing here, suburban boy? He wouldn't try that with the white guy in Anglo. Of course not. The Bantu's trying to kiss him, suck him off, and kiss his butt to be in good graces. They serve their massa. They're going to try that, oh, you light skin, you weak, you a suburban boy. They're only going to pull that shit with the mixed race and mulatto man, right? This is why I tell the mulatto men, train jiu-jitsu, get firearms, learn how to fight, okay? But yeah, didn't I look at this guy, the co-owner of Lotus, whatever the business there. Yeah, it's a Vietnamese guy. Of course. All the businesses in that whole duplex complex is going to be non-black. But the black jumps up in there thinking he owns the damn spot. And this guy's telling you that, he's been in there since what, 1990s, 1994, 1995, and that there's security concerns. Oh, geez. Yeah, I wonder. Is it the mixed race guy from the suburbs? Is that why is there security concerns? Is it the Vietnamese guy? Oh, I guess. Why is there security concerns? Yeah, you tell me. You's a racist. Okay. Kiss my ass, bitch. Now what?
People don't tend to come out anymore to go dine out, to go eat, because they don't feel safe. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing.
He wants more patrols in the area, but understands why police response is limited.
Yeah, they need more help. The guys are just short-staffed, and there's only so much they can do.
Nguyen hopes neighbors use their power of presence to keep the area safe.
Yeah, Lotus Restaurant, yeah. Oh, and they got some rainbow flags here or whatever. Whatever, that's a whole separate issue. The whole idea is that the Bantu will test you. So I told mulatto men, train. That's what the other gentleman, Patrick, was saying as well. Shout out to Patrick. Yeah, he was saying the exact same thing, and I concur. So in that video, it's just the timing, I guess, was just great because I was talking about Julian Lane and promotion of training, MMA, to learn how to fight, learn how to throw some hands, throw some kicks, stay on your guard. And just the timing, it's just that story just came out. It's like, see, this is why some of these guys, they talk about basketball, they're playing video games and all this shit. Man, you need to do your road work. You need to do some rounds on the heavy bag, do your jump rope. Okay, go to the range. You need to do shit that matters. Yeah. Shout out to Patrick for sharing that video. Appreciate that. It's my job and duty to share it here as well. And I'll move on to this whole Angry Man post. Shout out to Light Skin Historian. He actually shared a live stream that Angry Man had, and I actually posted the live stream here. I just kind of generated this meme because it's like a 2-hour live stream Angry Man had. And out of that whole live stream, this is the words I quoted here is what he said in that live stream that kind of clicked the most with me. He said lots. He was just spitting truth. Now, the kind of issue with him is he built his whole brand off catering to black males. So he's kind of stuck with them. He can't really pivot. I mean, the light skinned guys are watching him. Sure, the mixed guys, or yeah, if he talks about this mixed or light skinned stuff, yeah, we're going to be tuning in, watching in. That's why I've clipped some of his clips or videos with like when he talks about Drake, because it's congruent. He's spot on with that. But most of the time he talks about the gender stuff, and it's just, I don't really agree with his take. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not subscribed. I don't follow the guy. But when he talks about the light skin stuff, okay, I think he's on point, his perspective. With, like I said, the video he did, the live stream a couple days ago. Shout out to Light Skin Historian, because I would never known unless one of you guys shared it or brought to my attention, because I don't follow the guy. I'm not subscribed to his channel because he mainly talks about the gender stuff, and it's just, guys got to do better. I mean, guys got to be in better shape and make more money, be about something. They want to attract the type of women they want. And look at this guy. He's not in the best shape. It's like, smoking cigars, talking to dumb niggas. Like, what do you expect? You're like, your results. You're complaining about these women, but you're surrounded by dumb niggas. Like, so I'm not his audience. I'm not his demographic, and that's very obvious. So whatever, that's just his brand. He has over 800,000 subscribers, but he's a professional influencer, content creator, right? He's been doing this over a decade. So he's growing his brand, his channel, and all that, whatever, and good. He's going to make his money. That's cool. But I do respect and appreciate when he talks about the light skin stuff and the dynamics within the dark skin community, because not enough people speak out about it. So he puts here, they hate to see light skinned people that don't have an identity crisis, so much so that they will try to force one onto you. Angry Man Valdez. Yeah. And those are the words he said in that whole like 2-hour live stream I have pinned right here that clicked the most with me. Where I was like, he was spot on with that, because they'll try to argue with you how you should identify. Where it's like, if I tell them, well, I'm a mixed guy. I'm not black. I don't look black. I don't identify as black. What's the first thing they'll try to tell you? Well, a guy like me, well, you're just mad because you look like a black person. It's like, you try to set an example, you set a standard, and then they try to pull you back in the blackness. It's almost like it's a slur. They hate themselves, right? And they're always queers, man. They're hiding behind troll accounts, talking this shit because they hate themselves. They don't even like how they look. And it's like, and they'll sit there and try to like gaslight you to be like, well, you just look like everybody else in the communitah. It's like, but they're inadvertently like slurring themselves or taking a jab at themselves. Like, they're like, you just look black. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? You're saying that doesn't look good, or is black's not special or something? I thought you guys said black special. What's the deal? Why are you trying to force it on me? But see, it's a force. There's a momentum. There's an energy shift. And that's what he put here. It says they will try to force one onto you. That's where you're seeing that traction. Because you look at us, the mulattoes who are mulatto identified, we're just taking a step back, distancing ourselves. We're like, let's get out of the chaos. Let's go over here, do our own shit. But then they'll come over here and try to force it onto you. It's like force. They want to pressure you. They want to put an identity crisis onto you. They'll be like, well, it's okay. You can say you mixed race or biracial, but it don't matter. You still a subgroup to blacks. We got a 1-drop rule in America. So you still got to be a part of. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, they'll try to argue with you how you should identify. And yet they're confused. They think they're Indians and shit. They think they're the real Jews. They're not. They're black. They're not Jews. Okay. Like, it's very crazy how they'll try to project their confusion onto you. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I can do a whole stream on this and go super deep, but I don't really feel like hurting your guys' feelings tonight. I got a lot of softies who tune in and hate watch, unfortunately, but I don't want to hurt your guys' feelings too much. I can do that on a later time. And yeah, but I mean, shout out to this cat, Angry Man. Shout out to Light Skin Historian for sharing the live stream as well, because I would have never known. And I watched. It was 2 hours. It was worth the watch. Yeah, it was worth the watch. Like I said, I'm not gonna really watch his other shit when he talks about, you know, the gender stuff or black women this and black women that. It's like, but I don't care. You guys choose these women and you complain about these women you guys choose. I don't give a shit. You know, you guys need to get your money up, go to the gym, stop hanging out with loser bitches. I don't, you know, they make their whole career off complaining about these chicks. So I don't have time to waste watching that type of content. But if you make content talking about the light skin kind of dilemma, I can say, within the dark skin community, I'm going to observe it. And what he said and what his perspective was spot on. He's right. So I respect him for that. I'll leave it at that. Let's move on. I'll get into your guys' comments, actually. Let me check that out. Shout out to you guys for being here. Please hit the like button. Shout out to DC, day one supporter. Appreciate you, as always. Being mulatto and being short has to be a nightmare. I at least have above average size where I never have been attacked to work, attacked at work like this. I've never been attacked at work either. And I've worked around a lot of Bantu savages. I've never been attacked. So I don't know, maybe because their white massa was around the corner, they didn't want to get all uppity. That's one thing I noticed when the savages get contained, when their massa is present, they seem to know how to act. It's typically when they're not around, then they think they can try you. I think that's the circumstance you just saw right there. It was only that black lady there was holding her black baby. And then the mixed guy walked by, and then the savage thought he could just like check him or something. So I think that's what occurred. They had a security camera there. The dumb savage didn't even like notice it. But I think, yeah, if there were like some white people around, the Bantu knows how to behave when their massa is present. So he looks smaller than average. That's why they targeted him. These people are cowards. He's a teenager. I think he's barely 18 or whatever. He said he started the job at 16. So I don't even know how old he is, but yeah, he's a, kind of a kid, basically. Yeah. They only pick on you if they think they can dominate and bully you. Of course. Of course. Of course. And don't even get tripped up on the height thing and all that. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, they only will try to check you and pick on you and start something if they think they can come up off of you. If they think you're going to just turn towards them and fucking charge like a pit bull, the savage is going to think differently, because they're not doing this to these other groups, Latinos and these other groups. They're just trying to find easy targets they can punk. But mainly they want to punk the mulatto man because they want to assert some type of like masculine dominance, right? To get access to the females. So mainly you're the target they want to try to check. And they want to pull you into their group, their community. But then like with this, they're kind of like savage tendencies. They want to act like they're like above you and you're their subgroup. You're their subordinate. That they're the most dominant. That's why they have all these light skin jokes and you guys sit there and laugh. We're like, what the hell? And some of you guys are so weak, you like dance around with it. The light skin jokes, all that stuff is meant to do is to like basically flaunt or flex dominance over you, to basically signal to the female that, oh, they're the more masculine male, right? And then they don't even have to perform. They don't have to make money, be in better shape. They don't have to do none of that, build anything, network with other men. They don't have to do any of that. See, when they can already just kind of punk you and subordinate you, and then they can signal to women that they're the real deal, the real black man type of shit, right? And I blame you guys because you fucking fall for it because you just want to be cool with them. And I'm like, why can't you just do your own shit? I don't get it. Just do your own thing. You're going to attract people around the planet. Now with social media, it's easier than ever. Like, people around the world will tune in, listen. There's a lady out in Puerto Rico who like listens to me in that little small island. But I'm telling you, like, around the planet, Brazil, the United Kingdom, South Africa, I got people around the planet who tune in. So you do social media, you just signal to people. It's interesting. Yeah. But like, it's some of the people who are stuck in that communitah. I can't help them out. I feel sorry for them. But like I said, I'm a suburban dude. So I cannot identify bowing down to savages. That's just not how I was raised. You can blame it on my white mama. That's cool. I'll take that. But just I don't bow down to you savages. So that's just not me. Go talk to someone else if that's what you're looking for. Shout out to Sal's HQ. Biting. What a weak Bantu. Yeah, biting him. Yeah, he was outmatched by that dude, so he had to resort to biting him. Bantu turned into a rat. Yeah. That's crazy, isn't it? Biting him. It's hand-to-hand combat. You're in the parking lot, you know. There's no basketballs or hoops or whatever around. It's just mano a mano, two fists, right? And the dude trained. The dude was a high school wrestler. Dude trains jiu-jitsu. So that's just a superior combat, discipline, in my opinion, is wrestling, grappling, jiu-jitsu. And you know some boxing, know how to throw your hands, throw some kicks in there, your clinch, your Muay Thai. But ultimately, the wrestling, jiu-jitsu, that having that as a base is going to really serve you well. And that dude knew how to grapple. Even though the guy was taller than him, it didn't matter. He still dumped his ass, put him on his back. It doesn't. I've choked out dudes 6'6", way taller than me. That's a solid win, and that's definitely a confidence builder. When you're training jiu-jitsu and some dude everyone's bigger than me, basically. That's why jiu-jitsu is so liberating. You can get your hands on a guy who's much bigger than you. You can put him on his back and choke him out. He just doesn't know he's just not as skilled as you. You understand leverage better than him. Why do 100% Bantus look like you know what? I don't know. Angry Man is married. Yeah, I think he's married. Yeah. But his markets his material to an audience of like males who are disgruntled towards women. And in black males as well. That's his market, his audience, right? He's married. He's a married guy. It's kind of like Beyonce, who's married to some former crack dealer, Jay-Z. But she like markets her music like about single ladies, all the single ladies, I'm a woman, right? But she's married, right? It's the same thing with Angry Man Valdez. He's married, right? I think, yeah, and it's like all his a lot of his material, most of it, he's talking about like women, modern women and shit. It's like, aren't you fucking married, bro? Like, but see, he's got to get that money. He's got to grift off these sucker ass dudes so he can take that money and support his wife. The grift is crazy, but you have it, like I said, from all ends. You have, yeah, it's just, the whole gender shit, man. I think everyone individually has got to get their own shit together. Be honest with you, man. Like his audience, like as I'm saying, I'm not a part of that audience complaining about these chicks and those dudes complaining. It's just pathetic, man. The women issue is definitely overplayed or over talked about. They only do it when they're with people. By themselves, they won't do shit. Well, he signaled to that black lady, look what I'm going to do to this bitch, B word, right? He's like, so he thought that, he could play the race card with a dark-skinned black lady who was holding a baby in her hands. Mind you, that's what I was saying. I saw the camera. You guys all saw it. It's like he didn't care, though. But look at his community. Why is it around the country? His community is a shithole. He's going to blame it on racism like they always do. Find a scapegoat. But he doesn't give a damn about his own. He's violent, savage, thug, where even his own women are next to him, their own women with a baby. He's still going to attack the light-skinned mulatto man. Crazy, isn't it? Whose fault is that? It's your fault, Mulatto Vanguard. You're a racist. It's your fault. It's the white man's fault, Mulatto Vanguard. Why do you people deal with them if they're not giving you anything? Make sure you get something up front for that transaction. They need to give you something. Okay, if they're decent and civilized, it's all good. They're welcome. I have no problem doing business with them. But yeah, they need to prove to you, because see, they're trying to set this arrangement up where you got to prove to them, you got to prove your blackness. They want Drake and everyone else to like run through hoops and run through circles to prove their authenticity. Fuck you, savages. You need to prove to us. That's my position over here. If it hurts your feelings, tough, deal with it. Go cry to your white massa, bitch. Do something about it. Right? They need to prove to you. That's the power dynamic. They're trying to get you guys all tripped up to be a part of their little group, right? Where they want you to prove to them. No, they got to prove to you. I don't give a damn who doesn't like it. This isn't for the weak. You can go elsewhere to the rainbow flag crew. Go over there. Not over here. The women never picks them over us, though. That's the funny part. The females in my family are light skinned and they all date the biggest simp Bantus in the world. Yeah, because it's easy for them. I get it. I look at the women. It's easy. It's easy for a lot of these women, man. They have a lot of options, especially the mulattoes. They get like one of these dark skinned Bantus. They're just, yeah, we kind of already know the market. We can talk about that at another time. A lot of them undercover, yeah, and they're attracted to you and hate on you. Yeah, a lot of them are closeted males, right? I got a stalker and he's a closeted male, right? And it's the same situation. Yeah, they're gay and they're upset because you reject them. You don't respect them. They suffered a narcissistic injury, so they want to lash out and like attack you. It's like this vitriol. They feel like, oh, I gotta like this one gay guy, like I said, the same stalker. He's like, it's about time you face some consequences. He put that on one of his little gay channels. It was like his sock puppet channel. He's like, it's about time you face some consequences. Let me call some people. It's like just weird, creepy, queer shit. Like that's what they're like, because you reject them, you don't want to deal with them. They're like, oh, I'm gonna pay you back. You're gonna suffer. Let me do something to you. Like it's real shit out here. You guys got to start documenting this stuff. Women falling for Bantu trickery definitely makes me think less of women. I don't know about that. I think you're kind of overlooking it or looking into it in a way that's not as productive. You're overgeneralizing. Okay. My thing is, if they want to be baby mamas, go ahead. It's funny because I attract a lot of women to my social media platforms, but for the most part, I would say the women who follow me, like if they're married to a Bantu male, they're married. That's the key thing. They're not baby mamas. They're like married to these men. So I have nothing negative to say about these women. If they're in marriages with these men or deal with these men, that I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about specifically the ones who are like baby mamas who like they built their whole self, their whole false ego off talking shit about light-skinned men or biracial men. You got some of them out here. They've been putting all these comments and videos talking crap about biracial men. And then when we look at them, we're like, wait a second, you're a baby mama by a black dude. How the hell are you talking shit? Like, and there's a lot of them that do that, but not all of them. And I feel like for me, like I've attracted the women who are single or they're married, but they're married to other groups of men, or they're married to the black men, but they're married. That's the key thing, is that they're respectable women who are family oriented. They're not the baby mama people. Like, what the fuck? You're in the wrong spot, man. I'm going to hurt your feelings. You're a baby mama by a Bantu and you're talking shit about biracial men. You're in the wrong spot. Sorry, I'm going to clown your ass. Shout out to you. The Bantu will literally give, you got a Bantu as your fucking avatar, bro. You probably should change that. If you're talking shit about the Bantu, you got him as your avatar. So I don't know what's up with you. Literally give everything he has. Yeah, for light-skinned chicks. Absolutely no power. And like, yeah, he'll give everything he has. Yeah, he'll simp. He'll over simp. Where other races of men won't do that. Yeah. I've already talked about that in one of my recent uploads. That's the key thing for them, is that they will simp the hardest for them. And it inflates their ego to where that same lady will look at you and she'll expect you to kind of give her the same treatment. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? With all the women out here, like, why you? Just because the dark skinned guy tells you you're, and it's like, that's where the misandry comes in, the feminism the femdom. There's a lot of these mixed in, a lot of women that get into this like dominatrix femdom shit, because they're let me say this clearly, inundated, if I'm pronouncing it accurately. They're inundated with these simps. There's such a surplus of simps, of dark-skinned simps who gas their ego up, man. So these chicks get into this like femdom and dominatrix type of shit. And it's like their egos are so inflated. They think they're so fucking special. Like, see, but they have to rely on the Bantu as a clientele base. Every other group of mans looking at them like, are you fucking kidding me? When you look around, are you kidding me? Like, why you like, you think you're so special, but like, it's the Bantu guy. Okay, have fun with him. But just once you turn into a baby mama, I do not want to hear the pro mix shit from your dumbass. I don't want to hear it. And I see a lot of you. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to hear the pro mix shit when you're a biracial baby mama by one of these dudes. I'm not interested. Okay. That is so true. They will blow their entire life savings on non-black women. And then they'll blame the woman for them getting played. Yeah, I know. These dudes are suckers. Yeah, and then they'll join the manosphere and talk shit and all, about the women. Yeah. He knew his girl would be hypnotized by the young mulatto. He put chimped out. It's funny. He knows that young mulatto is her fantasy. Yeah. Young mulatto boy. I don't know how the dude was like probably 18 or whatever. 17, just got out of high school. So I don't know. But only until he gets her pregnant. Then she becomes a single baby mama that he keeps on the side, and he starts chasing other chicks. Yeah. My sisters are married to two of the most self-hating Bantus you'll ever meet. It's hilarious because all the kids are dark skinned, and I know it pisses them off. Yeah, because they want lighter skinned kids, don't they? Especially daughters. I think that's the key thing with the dark skinned Bantu male. When they get with the non-black female, they want a daughter, preferably a light skinned daughter, right? Because they want to parade her around like, this is what I created. I created this. And then they want to try to instill this pro-wax shit into her so she can go maneuver herself to get with a dark-skinned male. Well, a lot of these guys fuck up because they continue the same pattern and pathology with these females, their non-black partners, that they do with their black partners. So you have the same divorce rates, the same, broken home illegitimacy rates. So the fathers aren't present. What happens is a lot of times, a lot of the women, they're yearning for their black identity, right? They never met their daddy, or daddy wasn't present. So they want to prove their blackness. So they seek out a black partner, right? This is what happens with a lot of them. Or they have issues with their mama. They have mommy issues, their white mama. They couldn't fully identify with their white mama. They were raised in a white society. So they kind of rebel against that. They rebel against their white mom and the white society. So they go get a black guy. They become a baby mama, get bastardized by the black guy. And it's just that cycle of chaos and confusion is not good. But trust me, I see it. Oh, yeah, we see it. We're taking notes on it. I'm not going to call it any names, because I don't want to give these losers a bunch of content. There's not a bunch of them. There's only one or two idiots, drama queens who will probably try to make some videos and live streams, right? They have nothing else going on. But yeah, they know I'm talking about them. They're loser ass. They don't get along with their mama, never met their black daddy. So they get with the black guy to try to fill the void for the empty blackness. And that shit is not, yeah. He said, I'm talking about the educated Bantus. Yeah, I don't know. It's a red flag that you got, LeBron James as your avatar. Should probably switch that up, bro. Over here in this spot, just letting you know. Because, yeah, there's trolls, whatever, idiots, sock puppets who run up and through here. I'm pretty good at detecting some people. I'm not saying you personally, but some other people who kind of slip through the cracks and put their little comments here. But for you, you're saying you're talking about the educated. Educated Bantu? What do you mean? Educated Bantu? You're talking about black men with decency, educated black men. What about them? You're saying they're the most self-hating Negroes in the world? Really? Really? Can you prove that? Because I'm just curious, what's your angle here? Why are you saying this about someone who's educated? Like this isn't in LeBron James. When I see that, it reeks of the hood savage culture, the hood booger basketball loving entertainment savage culture. When I see like the whole LeBron James, you see how savage he is, how he switches up on Drake and he goes right to the Bantu puppet fucking Kendrick Lamar, controlled by the Jewish industry. You see, that is the tribalistic savage behavior of a Bantu like LeBron James. And like his fans, like that's what I'm saying. Like, and I see this avatar here, like this is in the hood booger spot, bro. Like, all don't get tricked up on all the whole light skin shit and a pro golden pro. I don't all the colorist bullshit. No, I don't give. This is more of a class level channel. Yeah, there's going to be class distinctions laid out here. Yeah, we don't want the hood booger savages. I don't give a fuck what skin color or your ethnic background or what color t-shirt or whatever. You got to let that be known. Like, this is not a safe spot for the hood boogers. I don't give a damn if your ass is light skinned. Okay, go take your ass to college. There's one guy, I basically motivated him to go back to college, to go get his passport. Like, I motivated this boy to be better. So I've done my service with my little YouTube channel here, and he's been clout chasing off of me for a minute. He didn't get nowhere with it. But I motivated that guy to go back to college, to go to school and to get a passport and stuff. So it's like, yeah, this channel over here, like, now we promote educated people. So you put here like educated Bantus. I don't understand what your angle is there, bro. That's not a diss, bro. Yeah, I can tell you're light skinned black. You're not mulatto, Mike Jones, which is cool. Like I shout out all light skinned blacks, uh, like they get light skinned historians, stuff like that. But I can tell just by you, like you're doing this kind of color struck stuff. It's all about skin color. Like for me, I'm telling you, it's for me because my family, they're dark skin. For me, it's a class distinction, and it's a racial reality and heritage. That as mulattoes, we're half European. Okay. And we're culturally different. We operate differently. We think differently. We navigate society differently. That's the key thing. We don't identify with them. And the fact that you got a profile picture of a guy, who's, it's just like, and then you're sitting here, married light-skinned women, the same color as my sister. It was wild. It's like all this color shit is like, yeah. It's very sus, homie. I know you came from the light skin spaces because they share my shit too and whatever. But like I'm telling you, bro, this is a mulatto biracial spot. You're gonna learn real quick. Okay, we're not black identified over here. You're gonna learn. Okay, the biracial baby mamas, okay, the fucking losers, yeah, they're black identified and they need content, so they'll talk shit and they'll pretend like they like you. They've done that to the other simps, and I get it. But yeah, over here, bro, this is a mulatto identified spot, just so you know. How can you still be a LeBron fan the way he betrayed Drake? It's very sus, isn't it? It just tells you like that's the savage culture where there's no like accountability. There's no principles, there's no standards, there's no code of conduct, there's no ethics. You can stab someone in the back, betray this man, and then they're still going to be like, "Well, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of him. Look at my avatar. I'm a fan of him. We're all light skinned, even though he hated on this light skin." You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, mulattoes are not the same as a light skinned African American. I've been saying this from day one, and I got respect for light skinned African Americans, like light skinned historian or light skin history, and even these other cats, even like an angry man guy, when they're spitting some truth. Like, I got respect for a lot of them. There's overlap there with how we deal with the colorism aspect within the black community. But like this whole thing where this LeBron James has already proved to be a backstabbing piece of crap, but you're still just like, well, I'm a fan. You're still cool. Yeah, bro. And then like you talk about you whatever your family and the colorism stuff and like the color and all this color. For me, I'm mulatto. It's heritage. So it's just yeah. I think you found me from like one of the light skin channels, but you got to understand, bro. Like we don't over here. We're not black identified, bro. We kind of have a good way of weeding out these type of people. They're black identified who serve Bantus. We have a pretty good way of weeding them out, identifying them and being like, okay, I think you're in the wrong spot, bro. I think my content's not really aimed. It's not hood booger central, pro criminal, pro ghetto. It's not. Will Chamberlain is a real go to basketball, but they try to sweep it on the rug because he's light skinned. These niggas will pay their rent and everything without even knowing them. Let's see whose reputation is bigger. Bantu, who got thrown in front of their mother's door playing here. No pity here. Bantus made it normal for women to ask you for money before you even met in real life, dude. That's the thing. That simp, the whole culture, the whole like pay pig, femdom. I'm surprised, man. These chicks run out here like on social media, like they're proud femdoms and shit. And it's pretty women too, and that's just what's sad. It's so gross. Like this like culture, this like misandry, like they'll look at you as a human wallet. And there's one chick, and she's mixed, not mulatto specifically, but she's like in her 40s. And then like I saw a video of her the other day in a live stream, and she was even talking about how she wants to like potentially one of her goals is to get married and have a family. And she's like 45 years old. But yet she's on social media talking about this femdom shit. I'm like, what loser sucker is going to sign up for that shit? Your whole brand is about like making money off men, being a C word to men, and getting them to pay. I'd never pay her dumbass. Like I'm sitting there watching it. Yeah, you're a pretty chick. I'll tune in for a couple minutes, whatever. She's an older lady. Still, older than me. I like mixed women. So if they're older, whatever, they look good. They look good. So, but nah, it's just like it's gross, like this femdom shit, and it's like, and then you still like expect to like get some loser sucker to like marry you. I don't get it, man. But I agree. I think it's a lot of these type of guys because she even publicly said the lady I'm talking about, where like one of her exes was a black guy. It's like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, who else is simping for your regular ass? Like, as who else is gonna simp for you, bro? Like who else? Like I don't get it, man. And like the femdom shit is just gross. Like it's this misandry. How are you gonna talk to me like that and like expect me to sit there and smile? I'm just gonna get rid of you and go on to the next one. That's it. But some of these dudes, like they get stuck at the dark skins. They get stuck because the chick's mixed and she's light skinned. They sit there and they pay and deal with it. Psh. Yeah, okay, you do that, bro. Let's see where your community is going to be at in the next 20 years. Yeah, they're the biggest simps. I mean, the whole R&B market, right? The whole R&B where they're crying in the rain and shit. Oh, Mario and like Usher and these type of guys, even R. Kelly, even they're like deviates in their community, like R. Kelly, like they're crying in the rain, singing love songs and stuff. And yeah, that's like simp music, right? Simp. But they're players and hustlers and all. Yeah, cool. What is the portrayal of light-skinned black guys in the media by your eyes? I don't know. The issue with that is because like they try to blackwash mulatto achievements and mulatto people to where like they put this blanket blackness over mix, like a Steph Curry who's clearly mulatto, two mulatto parents. They'll sit there and call him light skin, but he looks damn more European than African. But see, that's so they'll try to take all of our wins and throw it underneath blackness. And so it's very kind of vague, like the portrayal of light skinned black guys. Like they never say dark skinned white guys, do they? They never say dark skinned white guys. They only say light skinned black guys. So like, what does that? It doesn't mean anything. It's not an identity. You identify with Bantus. To me, that's your tribe. you're part of the hood booger tribe. Like, and I see like the guy with the whole LeBron James avatar. Like, I'm identifying you as part of that tribe. Yeah, you may be light skinned, you may be mixed. That's cool, but you act like them. You take on their kind of mannerisms and stuff. It's like your value system is aligned with them. To me, it's like, well, you know, yeah. YouTube didn't let my first comment go through. How annoying. It wasn't that big of a deal. Black men are the only men who don't want any sons at all. They just want light-skinned daughters. Yeah, I know you talk about it as well. You've actually talked about it with on Ricardo. But you know, Ricardo is kind of is basically a grifter, right? For the black females on TikTok. So, and what I've heard the Latinos are telling me, he's trying to get his little hip hop career off or whatever, you know. We know someone else like that. He's grifting off black females trying to get their little music career off. But that's funny. No, you're accurate. Yeah, they don't like light skinned men and mixed men. Yeah. Yeah. The audience is calling you out. I don't know. I think he came over here because you have to understand with the whole light skin shit, if these motherfuckers aren't on camera, I'm already sus right away, right? If they're on, because okay, you're light skin, okay, but the fact is, I've seen this in the golden sphere where you got people who are black and they're pretending they're mixed or light skin. I've been seeing this, like even before this internet shit. When I was in high school, I knew a guy who's black who was saying, "Oh, he's not black." He was trying to say he's Italian or something. You know, they've been playing this game for years. Even now, they're trying to say that they're the real Jews. They're a part of this tribe, and that they're trying to say that they're like indigenous or something, right? They've been, or they're more that they've been playing this game for a very long time. So, you know, and yeah, LeBron, I heard, is not as good as they hype him up to be. He'll never be a Kobe. He'll never be a Jordan. Right. And he doesn't have the star appeal as like a Shaquille O'Neal as well. Like maybe I'm biased because I'm a 90s guy. When I used to watch basketball back then, when I was a youngster, Michael Jordan, Space Jam era, I thought about that the other day. I thought like LeBron's bitch ass. I thought about the other day. I was like, didn't LeBron do Space Jam, the movie? It will never be nowhere near as successful when Michael Jordan did Space Jam. And I was like 96 or 97 back in the day, my childhood, right? It's like there's no way that LeBron James will ever have that star power and that appeal to the masses. Especially look at his behavior, the way he conducts himself, especially with this Drake shit. See, I never really hated on LeBron. I kind of defended him because he got a lot of hate before. But with this Drake shit, you stab Drake in the back for some pussy ass bitch like Kendrick Lamar. I'm like, oh, dude, you're a mark. Man to man, I cannot respect you. Yeah, you got millions and billions. You got all the money. Okay, that's cool, bro. But your integrity, your character has already been exposed. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to root for you. LeBron, LeBum, right? I'm a light-skinned dude with curly hair, light brown eyes, bro. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Nobody knows. See, the thing is, I can talk all the shit I want, but you all know what I look like. And I don't give a fuck who talks shit. Most of the people talking shit, none of these pussies are even on camera. They're not like, if you're on camera talking shit, then I respect you. There was a guy, a biracial dude. I think he deleted his channel, but he used to kind of talk shit about how I look. But he was on camera. I was like, okay, that's cool. I'm going to sit there and giggle and laugh with you. Like I can take, but like, most of these people talking shit about me, how I look, none of them are on camera. Some weak pussy shit. But with you, Mike Jones, the whole thing is you say you're light skin, whatever, brown eyes. Nobody knows. The public doesn't know. He said, she said, nobody knows. It's not verifiable. That's the difference between me and these other characters. Where I can say, yeah, I'm light skin, I'm mulatto. They look at me, they're like, oh, yeah, he's light skin. Yeah, he's mulatto. Yeah. So that's, yeah. Bantus marry white women to have light-skinned daughters, tell their daughters to marry black men, then their biracial daughters have black kids with black men. Yeah, and they reabsorb you. But that's that Bantu pathology, right? Because they hate themselves. They don't get a black female. They get a white female. They create a mixed child, but they want to like push this pro-blackness through their mixed child. But yet they're not practicing what they preach, you know. So it's this pathology has to be studied. We're gonna talk more about it in the future. I'm gonna go on, continue with these comments because yeah, it's insane, man. It's so crazy. That level of hypocrisy and pathology where they're pushing this pro-blackness on the mixed person to prove their blackness, right? But they're not practicing what they preach. They marry and not like look at the one guy, the media personality on YouTube, Philip Scott, Phil Advice Show. He marries a Mexican, has a kid with her, but yeah, he's preaching all this pro-black shit. You're like, how is it that these people can slide with this crap? The hypocrisy, man, is crazy. He's so pro-black, but he marries a Mexican woman. Half of all his money, he buys a home. All these black people support him, give him cash apps and super chats. And half of that money is going to his Mexican wife, non-black. I mean, these people are so dumb. They support this crap. The hypocrisy. It's just, but that pathology, it has to be studied. How is it that they're not practicing what they preach? They want their biracial child to marry black and be pro-black, but they didn't even marry black, right? It's weird, bizarre. I know a bunch of mixed people that would sit Bantus' heads on sticks, just like the Mexicans do in Texas and Mexico. Damn, like that. Said I fought about 100 of them growing up. If you're Cape Verdean, my entire country is mulatto, homie. Your country's mulatto, but you're not. I mean, I don't even know, bro. You're just whatever. The fact that you got the LeBron James avatar is super sus. Okay. Because I know you're from the light skinned black space. Maybe that's cool over there with the ghetto shit and all the pro whack crap. But yeah, this is a mulatto spot, bro. So I would just suggest either have your own picture of your avatar or have some decency, at least some courtesy, and put a picture of a mulatto man up there. See, shout out to Light Skin Historian. Because you look at Light Skin Historian, what's his avatar profile picture? It's of Steph Curry. You see that? So he's talking the light skin shit. He's not cammed up. It's all good. I'm not hating. But his avatar is of a light skinned mulatto man. That's why what he says, it has standing and credit. He has that decency, courtesy. I'm looking at you, bro. Like, you want to talk this light skin shit, but you got a picture of LeBron James as it, bro. Are you not reading the room, bro? You get that? You get that? Light skin, and I'm not trying to pick on you, Mike Jones. I don't even care. Like I said, this is a mulatto spot. I'm just letting it be known to the public because they're all gonna whatever do their little streams and screenshot and screen record and all. That's cool. This is the public. I love it. They're all promoting me. Even these like gay, black, lesbians and shit on Lipstick Alley, they're all gonna promote me. I love it, and it's gonna help my business out. So I'm not doing this to like haze you, bro, or anything. Like I think I've seen you in some comment sections on some other channels I follow, but I'm just saying like the LeBron James avatar is kind of sus, bro. It's super sus. Like what he's did to Drake, turn his back on Drake, light skinned dude, because LeBron James is part of the dark skin alliance, bro. Like wake up. This is 2025. This information's all out in the public. That's why you got guys like Angry Man with his large following, mostly black males. Even he's talking about it. You can't avoid these topics right now. People want you guys to be silent. If you're a light-skinned African American or a mulatto American, they want you guys to be silent about this. Like the cat's out the bag. This shit's getting called out now. Yeah, this light-skin hate and just the double standard. You got guys like LeBron who's gonna turn on the biracial dude who's supported them for all these years, like that type of crap. You are right. They will never get it because their culture has no honor system. Yeah, there's no honor, right? There's no nobility and honor. It's just straight savagery. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I just don't identify with that culture. It's just not my people. I don't identify with them. Their brain does not even register disloyalty because the culture is pro backstabbing and undermining. Incredible stuff to witness. Yeah, you win the comment for today. You hit the nail right on the head. Yeah, you said it all right there. That's what I pointed out earlier. I was like, in their culture, like the backstabbing is acceptable. It's acceptable. The undermining, the scapegoating, the sabotaging, that is literally part of their culture. And they don't think there's any problem with it. That's what I'm saying, like with the LeBron James like avatar. Like you say you're pro, like you're light skin or Cape Verdean mulatto and all that stuff. And I'm not trying to pick on that dude or anything. I'm just as an example where it's like, bro, how do you still have an image of these people who have no honor? These are not honorable males. You have to kick them out of your circle. Don't associate with savages who have no honor and no principles. But yeah, I appreciate your comment you put here. Yeah, their brain does not even register disloyalty. Yeah, because the culture they have, that, like I said, the hood booger ghetto culture, it promotes backstabbing. LeBron, Kendrick Lamar, it promotes undermining, right? And Drake has got his first dose, like experiencing that. He thought it was all cool doing his little hip hop and diss songs, but then he realizes the entire industry giant is backing up these ungrateful Bantus to attack him. He's like, oh shit. But Drake is so talented and astute, he can basically kind of regroup and still prosper. That's why he's going and exploring the whole English market, the English market. He can go over into Europe, go into Australia. He can explore in those markets and still prosper. He already proved that. Like several months ago, he went to Australia, went to Sydney, filled up an entire stadium. He played a couple shows out there in Sydney, Australia, filled up the stadium. There ain't no blacks there. There ain't no former slaves, ain't no FBA. He filled those stadiums up with Anglo Australians, right? So Drake already proved like he has that reach, that he doesn't need these people. So Drake's a special circumstance, right? I used to be a guy that had LeBron is the GOAT 88 as a password, but I can't be a fan of a man with no honor and loyalty. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that's super sus. A dude walks up in here with the LeBron avatar, like, bro, you know we're mulattoes over here, bro. We're mulatto identified. Like you gotta read the room, homie. Steph Curry do look light skinned black, but I didn't know he was. Have you seen his parents? You seen Steph Curry's parents? Do they look like dark skinned blacks to you? Steph Curry looks more mulatto than some mulattoes with white parent, yet they call him fully black. And who calls him fully black? I guarantee to you white people don't. It's only black people who are going to say, he looks fully black. Steph Curry. It's only them who are going to spread that confusion, right? Steph Curry's mom could pass as white. That's how mixed she is. Yeah. Well, look at his father, too. His father is clearly mixed. He has mixed parents. So what does that make him? It makes him mixed. Okay. Have you heard of Brandon Jamal? He light-skinned dude who sings about single moms. I've never heard of him, but I'll since you mentioned him, I'll check him out. Light-skinned blacks should not be in the mulatto space. Just like Bantus, they refuse to fix their group and want to run under other males. Interesting comment, Hamilton. More on that later. Yeah. I notice people only call the man who's going after women out of their league a simp. But if it's an attractive man and woman, it's just a good relationship, and the man clearly values the woman. I notice people only call the man who's going after women out of their league a simp. But if it's an attractive man and woman, it's just a good relationship. And the man clearly values the woman. Interesting. Yeah. I guess we have to redefine what is a simp. I'm not going to do that on this stream, but I guess that would be where we'd start at, right? Well, over half the people in Cape Verde are mixed race. Yeah. That's not how it works. You just meet a woman, you give her all your money, isn't gonna garner respect. Well, who's giving these chicks all their money? That's the thing. It's just crazy. Like I said, we have even on like these all these platforms, you have people who are like pro dom and pro femdom, and they're trying to the level up, right, with the exotical and shit. They're trying to put women on game, how to level up and stuff. And I'm not just trying to throw the exoticals on a bus because, like I said, these other mixed chicks who are not even like exotical adjacent or whatever, they're just on social media platforms. They're still pushing this whole dominatrix like fandom shit. It's like, well, who the hell is running up to them, giving them money for what? What are they giving you? Like, it'd be one thing if they're gonna promote you or something like that. If they have a larger platform and you're paying for them to like promote you, to collab or get your name out there, that's just marketing, right? That would make sense for me. But like, and then he put like giving them all your money. Like, what? A lot of these chicks are dumb and hustling backwards. They're going to the brokest dudes, the brokest demographic with no businesses, trying to get money from them, you know? But I guess that's the only ones who are going to simp for them, man. They can't pull that shit with other groups. The white guys, they're getting the Asians, right? I'll give you guys my Snapchat if you, I don't care, bro. I don't use Snapchat. So I don't care. Simping has nothing to do with looks or level. Yeah, because there's attractive people that simp, right? There's attractive women that simp, and there's attractive men that simp, right? Yeah, I think it's more so of like a how I want to phrase this, like a self-worth issue and standard and just the mindset of scarcity and abundance. I think that's what it has to do with. I don't feel like it's a necessarily attractive level. Yeah, because there's attractive people, both genders, men and male and female that simp. You know, I just mostly it gets used for men because a lot of men are basically desperate in this day. That's why you have spaces where guys like Angry Man, who's fat and overweight, can try to tell these guys, you know, blame women for why these guys have issues. But the guys got to fucking go to the gym, man, increase their sexual marketplace value, get more money. I don't know why they think they're going to listen to some guy on YouTube, waste an hour listening to some guy complain about women. Like, how the hell is that going to help you get women, man? That's why you have a whole market for that. And these dudes super chat, yeah, I agree with you. These chicks ain't shit. It's like, you know, how many dark skinned friends say they date dark skinned women as if that's something to be proud of. Yeah. Okay. So at least Al Show's got it right. Yeah, and it's so bad. I've seen there's multiple sources I have of women on social media, black women who say I don't, and I've firsthand knowledge. It's not just videos. I've actually asked some of these women. They'll be like, oh, they don't like light skinned guys or mixed guys. They're like, if why would I get a biracial guy? I'll just get a. They're just like black guys. I'll just get a white guy. Why would I go for the in between? Like they're very bold and public about that, right? I don't hear other women. I don't hear white women saying that. I don't hear Latinas saying that. But I don't hear mixed women saying that, but I do hear black women say that. And there's a lot of sources. I'm talking several women, a couple of them that I've even asked. Just simple question. Do you like biracial guys? Why would I go with a biracial guy? I'll just get a white guy. I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks for letting me know. I mean, this is your mindset. Okay, well, there's a reason why every race of man chooses other women besides you, you know, depending on how attractive you are. Let's be real. And they can cry colorism. It's not your skin color. They can cry featureism, but that featureism stuff's only for them, right? Everyone else, like people have good features or they don't. That's every group. their nose, how wide their nose is, their jawline, their cheekbones, etc. Like that featureism stuff, it's only something they think they can dominate that discussion. But in every group, there's people who don't like their features, or their features are not deemed, attractive. So it's just a flawed argument. They're using whatever they got to try to level the playing field. But yeah, what you said right here with the whole like, oh, they want to get a white man, but they don't like light skinned guy. I don't know. That's why I don't even deal with them, man. I've already said this in other comments. Like if they approach me or present some type of, proposal, some offer, I'll look into it, whatever. But I'm not chasing after them like that. Fuck that. I already know. Like I see the market for what it is. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. I don't care. They want to come to me if they like me. It's all good, but I'm not pursuing them. I'm 40. I just learned to stop associating with them. It's crazy that they try to dump truck all their problems on mixed people to fix their shithole community. Yeah. When mixed people collectively are a hyper minority, we're not only a hyper minority, we're not, in most cases, we're not even a part of their community. Like a standard mulatto like me, it wasn't until we became adults we started navigating in their spaces and community. We realized, oh my God, this is a shithole. You give all your money to these non-black people. You support all these Asian businesses. These people don't even like you. And you still give them all your money. You work for whites. You cry about whites on social media, but you all work for them. I'm like, this is a fucking mess. You can't fix this. You think and operate like a slave. It's a mental deficiency. You have a spiritual problem. Like you can't fix this. No biracial man is going to fix this, bro. Barack Obama, I don't know what the hell they expected. A political puppet. It's not going to fix it. You can't fix them. They have a spiritual mental issue. Like they love people who hate them, and they hate people who identify with them. Look how they treat their own. Look how they stalk and dox their own. Like the situation with the lady YouTube channel. Her channel name is Pretty Little Reality is her YouTube channel name. And it's all these black people, gay black guys and lesbian black females, and Lipstick Alley, the gang stalkers, they're all LGBT. They're doxing and stalking that woman. And these are black people doing that to another black person. And and it's like, are white people doing that to her? Because all the pro-whack shit, they'll try to tell you that white people are so bad and racist. Yeah, there's a lot of racist, bad white people. Sure. Not arguing that. But you jump on social media where like you're black, like who's doxing you, who's stalking you, who's harassing you, creating fake troll accounts, harassing you and shit. So they're blacks doing that. Look at their community. Look what they're doing to their own. How can you fix that? How can you fix that as a biracial guy? I'm talking about for the men. No, if you're a biracial man, take your resources, connect with other mulatto men, and start to build something. You have a network out here. You have a tribe. Okay. These black women love their white zaddy. They even make songs about it. They want to talk shit about mulatto light-skinned men. Yeah, they want to talk. I think maybe, do they make songs talking shit about light-skinned men? I don't know. I just saw that the Sha'Carri Richards, she's a track runner, black queen, right? She got arrested for like DV. She assaulted her partner. I saw a picture of her partner. He's dark skinned, but I think, yeah, she got charged with DV. Sha'Carri Richards, you guys know her. She's like a track runner, whatever. But she ain't with no light skinned guy. She's probably one of, and like saying all the red flags for her, Sha'Carri Richards. Tattoos, long, fake nails and shit. And like, you look at her, it's like, oh, you already know, bro. It's a whole problem. Like, so someone actually decided to date her. Yeah, because she's got the bag, because she's famous now, got social media, got some money, sponsorships. So for the dark-skinned dude, he's like, oh, yeah, it's a win. He could walk around saying his girl is Sha'Carri Richards, right? Yeah, I guess if it's a good trade-off and then she's hitting them and shit, like she got charged. So what I'm saying is, like, do you think a lady like that would try to get with the light-skinned guy? You weak, you soft, you light-skinned. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to go get a mulatto or a Latina or an Asian, there's plenty of options, homie. I'm good. Like, I'm not a part of your guys' community. All the little stereotypes you have about me and your little community, I don't give a shit, because our reputation, and we're more palatable in these other communities. And we're in the position now, us mulatto men, let's build our own community, build our own shit. Let's start from the ground up. You got to start somewhere. and just complaining online or even expressing our views or talking about reviewing the news and all that stuff, yeah, that's a good way to start, to vent out. But it's over time, it's going to grow. Just the men have to be consistent. It's that consistency in establishing your brand, your network, expanding it international to these other markets. That's the key thing. But the consistency is the key, the perseverance. But the first thing first, stop identifying with them. Get the hell away from it. You know the problem. They devalue you as a mixed race and a light-skinned man. They devalue you. Number one, stop identifying with them. Number two, create your own shit. Okay. And that consistency, yeah, that's key. Light-skinned black should separate away from mulatto spaces to avoid absorption and erasure of mulattoes. Men usually call guys like Russell Wilson, Will Smith, Travis Hunter, Boyce Watkins simps because they're scandalous and subservient to women that already have a family or women that are cheaters. Interesting, yeah. It's a good question, Turner. You know, why does it matter though? And I've already publicly said this. I don't know, on a live stream or my TikTok or whatever. I publicly said this even not that long ago. I think I said this on a live stream or something not that long ago. I've already answered this question about my heritage. So, and I don't understand, like, why do you care? You going to cut me a check or something if I answer correctly? Thank you, Joe, for reminding them to hit the like button. I'm just kind of, it's late at night. Like I said, I don't even announce a lot of these live streams nowadays. I'm just hopping up here, talking shit, and then log off and just go about my business. But I appreciate you reminding people to hit the like button. You know, it's likes are free, guys. You can always cash at me if you want. It's all up to you, but I appreciate the support either way. Yeah. So I think I'm going to get out of here pretty soon. He's put, then was a trend on TikTok for black women to show their pasta, lobster, white boyfriend. That's weird. It was not towards light-skinned men particularly, but black female rapper made a song called White Boy in her roster, feeding her pasta lobster. Oh. Because even I mentioned Sha'Carri Richards, but I'm looking at that Glorilla. You heard of her, Glorilla? She's all like talking masculine and that tough shit in her rap songs. Do you think she likes light-skinned dudes? And some of these light skins, they're gonna call her light skin, right? They're gonna call her light skin and shit. Oh, she ain't dark, she's light skin. That's the thing. They never define what is light skin. Because now the blackest Bantu on the fucking planet is calling themselves light skin now. That's why I'm like, that's not really an identity. It's too adjacent to the black community. Okay, and then you're not going to be successful hijacking the mulatto identity. I'm telling you right now. And I'm just one guy. But I'm telling you, the other people, they're going to get on your ass. Especially I see these younger mulattoes. They're over on TikTok. They're not going to allow that. Because they're going to analyze your commentary, your analysis, and they'll be like, nah, this person's black. Get out of here. You're not European. Mulattoes are European and African. So they will challenge you. And we have men and women. Trust me, I built this whole following, this network. There's too many of us now. So if you think you're going to creep up in here and try to hijack this shit, it's not going to work. We're not going to allow you to give this back to the Bantus. Go try something else. They got to come up with something else. I'm telling you, we're not going to allow it. For clout, I don't know who that is. Is that Sha'Carri Richards you think talking about? Yeah. Yeah, she's LGBT, right? Sha'Carri Richards. I mean, all the tattoos and her whole, yeah, it's in that group, that demographic, they're like the most LGBT demographic anyways. At least a quarter of them, there are some stats out there. I don't have the study in front of me that said like a quarter of them, they've had some like LGBT experience, Black American women. At least a quarter. That's a stat. I saw a number. You guys tell me if I'm lying. I could probably try to find the article. Whereas like at least a quarter of them had some type of like, what? That is such a large number of LGBT experience. So while I go to Sha'Carri Richards, it's just, I'm not surprised, man. Let me just leave it at that because I will hurt your guys' feelings, really. I don't care. White women say that all the time. They're everywhere I work. They always say, nah, they too light for me. And even say I can't date no white man either. What do you work at, McDonald's or something? What white women are you talking to? Since I work in a mostly women majority spaces. Okay. These light-skinned black men are no different. They want to be under mulatto men instead of fixing black culture. So you're a lady. I mean, I can kind of tell because you have the nails, little colored nails, whatever in your avatar. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm unapologetic. I don't identify as black. Okay. I do not identify as black. I'm not trying to build with them. They can support us. They can help finance our operation. They don't want to do that. They want to come over here and pretend to be cool with us so they can get access to them a lot of women because they know with a guy like me who's public talking shit, I attract a lot of people. And people can say whatever the fuck they want. They don't like my message, my delivery, blah, blah, blah. But still a lot of mulatto women support the message. They listen, they tune in, they support. I have mulattoes and mixed women around the planet who like what I'm doing, who support me. So it's like, and people see that. And so you're going to have these guys who, pretend like they support what I'm doing, but yeah, they just want access like to the network, so to speak. So I agree with that part of that. Of course I see it. Like I don't have to name names of these people. Facts. We need to be very careful with these black light skins. Oh, interesting. Yeah. We all have that. My grandmother, who was a slave master's daughter. You are a mulatto if you have a white parent, or if both parents are mulatto. If you are 20% white, you are not. Exactly. Yeah, precisely. Even if you're 30%, you got your little 30% colonizer DNA. I don't claim your ass as a mulatto. Only the little knucklehead LGBT mulattoes will play that game. You're a mixie, and that's how you know, because they'll use terms. You see this on the social media in some of these spaces. They'll use terms like that, a mixie. It's like they're the only ones who are going to play that game. Bring in all these 30% colonizer DNA Fruit Loops all up in their spot. They're the only ones playing that game. Okay. The straight men with some integrity and principles, we're not playing that game. Many white women engage in racial slave play, so educate yourself. Yeah, that didn't that just happen with Shannon Sharp, who's a millionaire, but that chick finessed his ass, She's like an OnlyFans chick. That happens with both of them, with the white women and also with black men. And they even have like I would say corn niches on the internet based off that kind of slave racial dynamic. They call it race play. You heard of that? Race play. And it goes both ways. There's white guys, they call them cucks. There's like, and that's race play basically. It's a subgenre within that market, race play, with white guys who will pay, black men to sleep with their white partners, or they'll pay black women to be like dominatrixes or whatever, right? It's race play. And then there's black guys, it's the same shit. They'll pay for white women to call them the N-word and talk crap to them and do all the femdom and all that crap. Like there's a market for that out here, guys. It's very real. So yeah, it's not surprising. Like, and the lady puts here, she's astute and understands like that this is a market out here. People are engaging in this stuff. So let me continue on. White men often tell me your dad's got game when they find out I have a black father and white mother. What do you think this goes to show? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Your black father, white mother said, oh, your dad's got game. I don't know. What is game? Can spit game. What is game? I want someone to define to me what game is. She was telling his black ass to put a big black baby in her. Who is that? Oh, is that Shannon Sharp you're talking about? I don't know. I read that most customers of interracial corn are white men. Yeah, not surprising. Yeah. Men like Shannon Sharp are extremely common, and yeah, white women are killing it on only simps. Yeah, they're the queens of X work. Yeah, yeah. You have like average Becky's. For me, some of these women are like average looking. It's like this is OnlyFans and their social media. They got thousands of followers and stuff, and I don't know the branding, but they're so basic. Like even a lady, Sydney Sweeney. She's not an OF chick. She's like an actress, and she's attractive, but she's not all that to what people try to. They overhype her, like the white boys, like the simp, the incel guys. Like they, and especially they're more kind of more far right, white nationalist adjacent, who really promote that lady Sydney Sweeney. That's why that whole ad they did was like picture perfect for marketing, because they already understand the market. They already understand the brand, like what her audience is. They've already studied these social media trends. It's always been these guys these like white nationalist incels caping for her. So the marketing was just genius to create controversy, to kind of spread awareness for the brand and etc. But to me, like I'm saying, Sydney Sweeney, she's kind of mid for me. Like she's cute, she's attractive. I like blue eyes, blonde hair, white skin. Yeah, I like her. She's attractive, but she's to me, she's still kind of mid. I don't know. She's not exotic. There's nothing that sticks out like unique, right? And but a chick like her, there'll be chicks who do like only simps, whatever, who have her aesthetic, and they'll have like a huge following. But what does that say? That doesn't say anything negative about the female. That says it all about the guys. Because who's paying for it? The guys. Who's liking all her posts? Who's following her on social media? It's the guys. It says more about the guys. It says more about the state of males, desperate just to get his smell, and they're going to give their money and support just randos, and they're not getting anything. If they're getting something out of it, that's cool, I guess. But a lot of these guys, man, they're really ruining the market. Let's be real. Yeah. Yeah, he's an easy target because he has money and wealth. All those guys are like walking wallets. Look at what happened to Kobe Bryant. Didn't some white lady try to like screw him over in court? Kobe Bryant. So I think even Donald Trump tried to, some lady, some, Stormy Daniels tried to screw him over. So like, yeah, if you're a man and you got money, like they're going to try to screw you over. You got a lot of like people who are going to target you. You got money. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm gonna end it at that, and I got some other stuff to share, but it'll be like a part two. I'll talk to you guys pretty soon. All right. So peace out, and make sure you guys hit the like button before you leave. You like the content, hit the like button. I don't give a damn if you subscribe. I don't care. Go follow me on Instagram or TikTok or X or whatever. I'm everywhere. You're not gonna get rid of me. I'm gonna stay talking shit. And if you do like this, support, hit the like button, hit the Cash App, and share the material. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.